Good day and welcome back to the Family Cyber Clinic. This week we'll be discussing how to secure your home broadband router. We've shared some information on this topic in past videos. Look in the info card for more information, but our focus today or this week will be solely on how to secure our broadband router. This is now particularly important because many of us are working from home, and all the security and best practices that are afforded us by virtue of the fact that we're working in an enterprise, we don't have that cover or protection. So all the protection now that we desire or ought to have is only based on what we have at home. And some of us don't have secure broadband routers. Our internet is not secure. So the clinic is going to spend some time today to show you how you can secure your broadband router. All that I'm going to share with you right now should apply to any broadband router. And of course, if your router is different, please feel free to put your concerns in the comment section so that we can discuss and chat together. But before I do, I would like to ask those who are visiting this platform for the very first time to consider supporting this channel by subscribing and click on the bell so that you'll be alerted when new content like this is uploaded every Monday. Okay? Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing 9 things that we can do, and I'll whisk through them very quickly so that you're not bored whilst consuming this very vital information. The first thing the clinic will ask you to do is to change your router username and password. Now, interestingly, this information is printed and pasted on the back of the router, sometimes in the front, or rather on the front of the router, or just as a card in your documentation. And so the information is common knowledge. So it's important that you change the username and the password for your broadband router. And there's an easy way to access this information on some routers. In fact, most routers have a default URL that you have to log into. And if you look at the screen, you see the address. It's usually 192.168.0.1. It's either HTTP or HTTPS. When you put that in your browser, it will take you to the page, and often you use the information that's on the card to log in, and you are mandated to change your password. And that's where I'm coming from. The clinic would ask you to change the router username and the router password for your security. Okay? And please don't use easy passwords. Remember that we recommend complex passwords on this platform. We've shared some videos. Again, look in the info card for best practices around that. Okay? The second thing that we need to do is change the network name of your broadband router. And so what's that? It is the SSID. That information, anytime you're looking for a wireless access point, the information that comes up, that information is your network name, or SSID. Now that information is often predictable based on your vendor. If it's Netgear, it will be NET. If it's Virgin Media, it will be VG something, So you've got to change the network name. Change the network name so that you are at least making it difficult for the rogue to second guess the type of router that you have. Okay? So change that. The third thing that we need to change is the network password. And so that needs to change. And often I've gone to houses where as I'm asking to connect to their wireless access point, they bring me the card from the documentation and say, here it is. Or they've taken a picture of the card on the back of the router and they show me, and they haven't changed it. we have to change the network password of our broadband router. It is vital. Yes, I know that it is complex, but having it pasted or stuck on the back of the device or in some documentation that's readily available is not secure at all. So change it, okay? The fourth thing that we need to do is deactivate WPS, which stands for, you can see it on the screen, okay? This makes connecting to the wireless access point a lot easier for devices that are compatible to the WPS system. Some security holes have been found with this system, so it's just best to disable it. And you can do that by logging into the router and accessing the information where it's located. If you have issues with that, again, please, let's dialogue, put your concerns in the comment section so that we can respond and dialogue together, okay? The fifth, don't broadcast your network name or your SSID, okay? So it's one thing to change the network name or the SSID, but you also have the capability of not broadcasting it. And what do I mean by that? Anytime you go to someone's house, for example, and you want to access the wireless, you have an access point list show up. And it's most likely that your host's broadband router is in that list. What I am now saying is prevent that name or SSID appearing in that list. Yes, it makes it more difficult to access the wireless access points, but it is a security feature. If you don't broadcast it, then it's not easily seen. People can't just come to your house, and get close to your door and actually see your SSID in the broadcast list. Let them ask you, and you will give them the network name. And when you give them the network name or SSID, then they can connect with the password that you will also give them. It is a security feature, so don't broadcast your network name or SSID. All right. The sixth, we've said this and it is key. You must enable the firewall on your broadband router. This is a no-brainer for parents who are a bit careless with how they allow the children access internet in the house. Enabling the firewall will block most of the nasties from coming in. If you don't do that at all, it's open season. So it's important that we enable the firewall, especially now that rogues are counting on the fact that you are distracted by what's going on. The seventh, update your router's firmware. Often updates are released for most broadband routers, and yours is no different. So update the firmware to the latest, because security bugs and holes are often mitigated or taken care of in those updates. So update your firmware immediately. Do not hold back, do not delay, okay? The eighth, use WPA 2. So you have to use WPA version 2. Now what's that? Again, if many, as we know happens, are accessing your broadband router via wireless and not connected or via Ethernet, direct connections, then you must make sure that the wireless protocol, the WLAN protocol, is a secure version, and the secure version for WPA is version 2. I don't know why these vendors are not just removing WPA full stop, because it's found to be insecure. So when you're choosing the wireless protocols to use, you must select WPA version 2. Okay? Now the last one, it's a bit technical, but it's doable. And that's filtering the MAC addresses of devices that are connected to your broadband router. Again, very technical. Feel free to put your concerns in the comment section. And if I need to help you, by all means, I will do that. So filter MAC addresses. A MAC address is a unique address that every device, every network device has. So it's important that those connected to your wireless access point, you are implicitly filtering those addresses. So you are taking the MAC address and storing it on the broadband router, which makes the device with that MAC address have access to your broadband router. Any device that doesn't have its MAC address on your list will not be able to connect to your router. And that's a security feature, okay? So if you are in the know and you're able to do it, filtering MAC addresses will add further security to your broadband router. And that's it, folks. 9 things that you can do on your broadband router to secure it. As I said, the climate we're in would mean that many of us now are flocking to the house. We're now at home working. So the infrastructure that we're using to connect to the internet has to be secure. These 9 tips will help secure your broadband router. Okay? Good stuff. I've hinted already in the past few videos that online scams related to the COVID-19 pandemic is on the rise. The clinic will continue to recommend and advise that we remain alert whilst working from home to avoid the very sophisticated, traps that these rogues are setting. At the moment, they're mainly email scams, phishing scams. Now, please, if you've been affected in any way, please let us know in the comment section so that others will benefit from your experience. We're a community that we want to help each other. And so your unfortunate experience can only help warn the other members of this platform. Thank you. Be safe, okay? Yeah, it's really, really unfortunate. The PowerPoint for this week. A prudent person foresees danger and takes precautions. The simpleton goes blindly on and suffers the consequences. I'm your host, Cyber Pastor Lawrence Eden. Until next week, be safe, God bless, and goodbye.